Hey guys, it's me, Juan, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I'll be talking to you guys about my favorite places to eat here in Miami. And I believe that they are a must and they are a go-to. And I recommend you these places because especially the fact that you are listening to someone who has lived here in Miami for his whole life. I was born and raised here, so I know this place like at the palm of my hand. And especially how here in Miami, it's probably the easiest city to get around due to the fact that it's number coordinated and the roads or whatnot. They're all named after numbers rather than just names of streets like in other cities and basically the anywhere outside of Miami-Dade County in general. Like once you already go into Fort Lauderdale and up, like in the rest of the United States, everybody else usually just uses names. And I know that there's some cities like in New York City that there are parts that they use numbers, but it isn't number coordinated throughout the whole city. In Miami, all of Miami is basically number coordinated except Miami Springs and Coral Gables, from what I know of. So anyway, let's get in depth with this video. So my first place that I want to be talking about that I love eating here in Miami, and you can get this throughout the whole East Coast. It's a East Coast United States thing. Would have to be Wawa. I do love the food from Wawa. Wawa is a gas station. It's a gas station chain, and usually my go-to get from Wawa are usually the chicken quesadillas and the egg burritos. And the good thing, you guys, about Wawa is that Wawa is kind of like a mix of a Denny's and a gas station, even though it is a gas station. The reason why I say Denny's that's a mix with a Denny's and a gas station is because you can order an egg burrito at 1 o'clock in the morning and they'll still make it for you. And the fact that it's always so fresh, which I love, that that it tastes fresh and like they make it at the moment and it's not like pulling up to a 7-Eleven and who knows how long those those onions or the meat from the hot dogs and the tequeños have been in there. So, Matt, so that's what I really love about Wawa. And it's pretty affordable. So it's not only that it's good, it's also pretty affordable. And you can basically find a Wawa anywhere near your area that's within the East Coast and along any major highway, like throughout I-95, the Florida's Turnpike, Pennsylvania Turnpike. I don't know if I think there is a Pennsylvania Turnpike, but like any toll road or major interstate highway, there there will be like a couple of Wawas around there. So the first place is Wawa. The second place would have to be here in Miami. There's a place I really like to eat deep dish pizza because this is the only place in all of Miami that I know that they sell deep dish pizza. It's called Manhattan Chicago. I really love the deep dish pizza from Manhattan Chicago pizza. It's called Manhattan Chicago. It's really good. And that's the first time I really tried deep dish pizza because I remember that I checked out the place and I was like looking like, oh, if there's any place that serves deep dish pizza here in South Florida, because the thing is I never been to Chicago and I've been dying to go to Chicago for a while, but I I don't, it's not that I don't have money, is that the fact that like the fact that like I'm not really a complete adult yet and be able to do what I want, like in the sense that like I can because like I'm an adult or whatnot, but at the same time not really because I'm not really an independent adult. Like uh a crazy income to be able to afford a trip. So yeah, so I tried Manhattan, Chicago. It's really good. I really love that place. And and the food's really good. So after Manhattan, Chicago, I would have to say if you're into Nika food, there's three places that I'm gonna mention that I like, but they're at three drastically different price points. I'm gonna go from like the cheap McDonald's to go type of Nicaraguan food place to go to like the bougiest, luxurious, 5-star, three servers type of Nicaraguan food. The first one that I would always go ever since I was a child would have to be Fritanga Monimbo. It's pretty good. It's cheap. Like you can take the food anywhere. Like it's portable food. What I mean by portable food is that isn't overpriced. Like there's convenience. Like I know that and Postmates offers food deliveries with Fritanga Monimbo and maybe even other fritangas. And usually fritangas here in Miami are usually like the small Nicaraguan food places that's basically kind of like a fast food joint in like how convenient and cheap like it is to like transport the food and like it isn't like anything fancy or whatnot. So out of all the fritangas, usually the one that would go is fritanga monimbo. It's really good. So after fritanga monimbo, the second the second Nicaraguan place, I'm already talking about the fourth place, yeah, of go-to places to eat in Miami would have to be La Fogata. La Fogata is already more of like a regular, like a real regular restaurant, like a sitting down casual restaurant, kind of like kind of like the Applebee's or TGI Fridays of Nicaraguan food, of all like the Nicaraguan food chains in all of Miami. Because I know that with Fritanga Monimbo, which is the cheaper version, I know that there's Fritanga Monimbos all over Miami. That I believe that there's one in, I think there's one in Little Havana. I know there's one in Fontainebleau, and there's another one in Miami Springs behind the airport, and in a bunch of other places. So after that, there's La Fuata. La Fuata is like I said, like Applebee's, like a normal sitting down restaurant. It's good too, but the only thing that I don't like is their lemonade. Their lemonade's horrendous. Like it doesn't really taste like a good lemonade, like a real lemonade. Like I've tried lemonades from other places, like natural lemonades that they are so good, but like I like if you guys are a lemonade freak like I am, just don't drink the lemonade from there. Like the usually when I go there, I'm like, oh whatever, I'll just drink a water or maybe even a Coke. But that's basically it. And for food, obviously, like a good churrasco and some chimichurri. Oh my god, that's so yummy. And uh, then the third on the list of like three drastically different price points in a Nicaraguan food would have to be Los Ranchos. I would always call this fancy fritanga. I would always call it that to my dad, and my dad wouldn't stop laughing. So with Los Ranchos is really good. I know my uncle. I believe my uncle knows one of the owners. Yeah, and this is the main. I think my uncle knows one. Of my uncles know main or the main owner. And I know that the first one was in Sweetwater that was open in 1981. That one is what I don't like about that Los Ranchos in Sweetwater, you guys, is that I've walked into that Los Ranchos before because I remember when I would have like some family dinner or lunch or whatnot. Like I remember walking into that Los Ranchos and they literally have the same furniture from when they opened in 1981. Like it just scares me that like the seats, like I'm surprised that they they still have the audacity to keep those seats and expecting it from a bougie restaurant where you have three different servers and the food and obviously it's a little bit more expensive because you're basically paying for the service, because it's you have like 3 different servers in one table or whatnot just attending you. So usually, like, I rather go like to the one in the falls. That one's a little bit nicer. I know that they remodeled it and they moved it in front of the American Girl store, and then there's one in Bayside, if by downtown Miami. So yeah, like the food there is pretty good. I usually get like the churrasco with the chimichurri on top, and then the fries with chimichurri on top. I do like the pasta, even though you shouldn't be eating pasta in a Nicaraguan restaurant. That's just stupid. But like, even the one time I was bored and I wasn't really in the mood for like steak or whatnot, and I ate the pasta, and the pasta was pretty good. So anyway, so then the fourth type of place I recommend to come and eat when you're out here in Miami is, of the Venezuelan food places, I really love Buare Bistro. It's really good. It's in the Brickell area of Miami. It's a bit of a drive for me, but it's worth it, because like I've tried arepas, and like the chicken arepas are really good, and Venezuelan tequeños, that it's like this cheese stick, you guys, and it's rolled around with bread. That is so yummy. Like, you should try that when you're there. And then I know that they even have samplers for non-Venezuelans like me, like, that are just trying a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And overall the food is pretty good. Like, you should try it out. I know that there's another one in Weston, which is in Broward County, like 45 minutes away, but at least there's like an option. Like, oh, there's one in Weston and there's one in Brickell. So, but Weston is not in Miami. Weston's already in a different county, in Broward, which is like the first county already leaving northwards out of Miami-Dade County. Yeah, so it's like in a whole different city. So after that, for Spaniard food, I would have to go for La Taberna San Roman. I love the food there. Like, the octopus is on point, and the rice, like I really love the octopus from there. I know that's located behind the airport, and during like Saturday nights, I believe they even have like flamenco shows of these girls dancing flamenco in like these traditional Spaniard outfits, and the vibe, like this, like the event, like the atmosphere of the place is just as amazing as the food really is. So that's another good place to check out if you're eating out here in Miami. And the fifth one, oh my god, usually for sweets, a really good place I love to try out that isn't Krispy Kreme. Like, I get it, Krispy Kreme is so yummy, and so is Dunkin' Donuts. Like, Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. Usually for donuts, I like Mojo Donuts. It's really good. It's a bit pricey though, because the donuts are like humongous and they're made by scratch, and they have like these funky flavors. And probably my favorite one would have to be the Sour Patch one. That's usually the one that I get all the time. And with like the coffees that they have, I love the Java Chip one. That one's super good. And then for the sixth place that I love the food so much is, when it comes to Salvadorian food and pupusas, I love El Atraca. Probably, oh my god, it probably like one of like my other favorite places of all time to eat out here in Miami, El Atraca, is because with El Atraca, their desserts are amazing. Like, I tried like this ice cream that had like a shell around it, and it was so yummy. And their pupusas are amazing. I love their lemonade. Like, probably my favorite, like, fresh, like, natural lemonade, like, out there. Like, and with like the green herbs inside it, that is super yummy. And then once it comes with pizza, like that isn't your typical Pizza Hut, like a sitting down like pizza restaurant, I would have to go for Anthony's coal-fired pizza. That's super yummy. Like I just love like how like crunchy and like black the crust is. Like it's just so on point. The calzones too are really good. And which other one on my list? Oh my god, like there's just so many options. Like usually you guys, I recommend you, for any of you guys coming to Miami for the first time or whatnot, is usually check anywhere to eat that's like around. I understand that this sounds horrible because like the parking is atrocious. Like usually anywhere that's around Wynwood, where like the artsy part of the city is, in the Wynwood area, and then in the Brickell area. No, Brickell's decent. In the Brickell area too, I know that there are yummy places like there's some that I've heard called Tacoology. I've never tried Tacoology, but that's like around the Brickell area, like in Brickell City Center and whatnot. Then in Brickell, obviously downtown Miami, and in Miami Beach. Well, in Miami Beach is like an endless option. Like in Miami Beach, they even have some restaurants I can't even afford, like that are like top of the class or whatnot. And usually around Coral Gables too. And but already leaving the area, not as much, because like the next place around in Florida that you're gonna see like really good places like that is once you hit Fort Lauderdale or Deerfield and the Boca Raton area. And then after Boca Raton and West Palm Beach, you're gonna have to wait until you get to Orlando. So yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and go like, comment, and subscribe, and see you till next time.